for a big U.S. tour this summer. And on Monday, the 3 surviving original members of the group made it official with a press conference at New York's Radio City Music Hall.
25 years after their formation in London in 1964, the 3 surviving members of The Who turned up at New York's Radio City Music Hall on Monday to announce some good news for both longtime fans and those too young to have caught the group's farewell tour more than 6 years ago. To celebrate the band's 25th anniversary, an augmented Who lineup will kick off a 9-week, 25-city North American tour on June 24th in Toronto, the city where the group staged its last farewell show back in December 1982. The big question, of course, is this band now officially back in business?
We weren't trying to resurrect the band. I mean, this is a celebration of the music that we created over all those years.
We did our farewell tour. We said goodbye. We haven't been on the road. We haven't worked together for almost 7 years. You know, we're not a group as such anymore. We've actually come together, especially for a 25th birthday party. That's what this tour represents.
The original Who, guitarist Pete Townsend, bassist John Entwistle, singer Roger Daltrey, and the late Keith Moon on drums were R&B-loving mods who launched a 14-year string of hits in 1965 with such mod anthems as I Can't Explain and My Generation. They were a sensation at the 1967 Monterey Pop Festival, and in 1969 inaugurated a dubious rock opera trend with their best-selling album, Tommy. The Who only played Tommy in its entirety a couple of times, but now they're bringing that back too. Full-scale stage productions of the work will be mounted in New York on June 27th and in Los Angeles later this summer.
The reason for the Tommy performance now, I think, is really because, you know, you look back on the Who's career and you try and find something which sticks in the memory, and there's a lot of airplay tracks that Won't Get Fooled Again, Barbara O'Reilly, Behind Blue Eyes, stuff that kids have grown up with listening to on the radio. But it's Tommy which people really remember the Who for.
Since I was a young boy, I played the silver ball.
Those unable to catch the 2 full-dress Tommy concerts can content themselves with the fact that the songs from Tommy will constitute a large chunk of the regular tour shows, too. Although how well you'll be able to hear them in the massive venues the Who are scheduled to play is uncertain and maybe unimportant.
If you're in a 80,000-seat stadium and, you know, all the crap that goes with that, it's not the most important thing. The music isn't the most important thing necessarily. It's the way you approach the music. It's why you play the music. It's why you try to present it to people.
The Who lineup this time out will include Rabbit Bundrick on keyboards, a horn section, a second guitarist, backup singers, and a new drummer, Simon Phillips, taking over for the now departed Kenny Jones.
He just lost patience and is now working somewhere else, and we're not unhappy about that.
The Who will start rehearsals in England on May 1st, and according to Pete Townsend, the biggest challenge will be getting through the whole tour without completely destroying his already ravaged eardrums.
The real reason that I haven't performed live even on my own for a long time is that I have got very severe hearing damage, and it manifests itself as what they call tinnitus. It's ringing in the ears at the kind of frequencies at which I play the guitar. I'm still very nervous about how it's going to work for me, you know, and how I'm going to be able to make sure that I can perform on the stage without creating further damage to my hearing. But I think we'll manage somehow. We'll play very, very, very quietly.
The Who won't record a new album to boost their summer tour, but Pete Townsend will have a new solo record out called The Iron Man. It's based on a children's book by British poet laureate Ted Hughes. It features a guest cameo by blues giant John Lee Hooker, and it's due in the racks sometime in June. As for Who tour dates, we'll have them for you in just a few minutes. In newer news from England, let's take